Hello, ladies and gentlemen, people from all over the world. In order to get class in session, we must ring the gong. Class is now in session. Please have a seat. Please focus. Please be good students and pay attention. Today's topic is strength training, but I wanted to go into more detail with you today. So let's start from the beginning. You have DNA. Everybody has DNA. Your DNA has gotten you to this point in your life. The DNA is responsible for keeping you alive. It wants to advance itself into the future. So your muscles are there as a tool for DNA to survive. If the body doesn't survive, the DNA doesn't survive. So the DNA uses your muscles to move your limbs so that you can eat and you can find shelter and you can provide yourself with the basic necessities to survive. It's important when you're strength training that you have an intense session. Let's explain intensity. Intensity to me is how much demand you put on your muscles. So we contract our muscles to a point where our DNA has such an aggressive demand on it that because it needs to advance itself into the future, it makes your body adapt to the demand that was just placed on it. Your woo doesn't know if you're strength training, if you're running from a predator, if you're lifting a log to put the last piece on the shelter. It doesn't know that. It doesn't need to know that. All it needs to know is that it needs to be stronger to facilitate the demand that we have just placed onto it in the future. How can we go about challenging the DNA and challenging the woo? That is by taking movements under load, more specifically using weight to put an intense demand on our muscles to move our muscles to failure. Because if our muscles fail, our bodies fail and our DNA fails. So intensity is how close to failure can you hover. And while you're challenging yourself, you are understanding that the woo and the DNA and the body that supports the DNA is going to adapt. The skill acquisition part of moving yourself to failure is obtained over time. So when you first try a workout like this, you might not get yourself to muscular failure, but then you try and you try and you try again. And over time, you achieve that. And over time, the better you get at achieving this skill of muscular failure, the more adaptations you will see in your physique, in your cardio. How can we go about moving the muscles to failure? There is something called the Big Five by Doug McGuff, who wrote a book called Body by Science. More specifically than that, this style of training is called high intensity training. Again, going back to the intensity aspect of it, high intensity training. Not to be confused with HIIT, which is high intensity interval training. This is high intensity training. He has the Big Five. And the Big Five is a vertical push, which can be a shoulder press, a vertical pull, which could be a lat pull down or a chin up, a horizontal press, which can be a chest press, a bench press, or a push up, and a horizontal pull, which can be a row, which can be a inverted row. And then he has a leg press. Okay, so a lower body push is basically what it is. It's just pushing and pulling. If you think about the skeleton and the muscles, you are just basically pushing and pulling. So why not have our strength sessions match what our body is meant to do? You take all of these movements to muscular fatigue or muscular failure, and the workout should only be 15 to 30 minutes. And then you allow the body to recover, because when you challenge the woo in that manner, you need to let your body recover. Every aspect of your body needs to adapt to facilitate the failure and the demand that you just put on it. And for someone like me, and maybe other people like me, like you, can agree with, is that you like to be efficient and you like to be simple. And this is the most efficient way to have complete fitness, by taking the big 5 to muscular failure once to twice a week. Because if you do it too many times in a week, you're missing out on the recovery phase. Your muscles won't recover, the adaptation won't happen, and your next workout will not be as aggressive as the workout prior because the muscles have never recovered. Now, what about, what about biceps? You didn't say nothing about biceps. You didn't say nothing about triceps. That is because of something called muscle recruitment. Okay, remember when you were in college or high school and there was a party, or say you were having a party, right? Say one of your friends was having a party. I don't know who's having the party. Someone's got to be having the party. Come on here. Okay, anyway, someone's having the party. Remember when it was started out, the party would start out small. Right? It would just be specific to the group of friends. It would be at someone's house. The party would start out small. And then once more people started to find out, the party would grow. And then it would go from your group of friends to maybe someone that you're familiar with, but not that close with. And then the party would grow and people would tell more people, people would tell more people. But anyway, that's basically what your muscles do. It's called muscle recruiting. You start out with just challenging one part of your body because of a specific movement is happening. And as you begin to fatigue, your muscles start recruiting other muscles. Yo, come join the party. Come on, there's a big party down the street. We all gotta go. And as you're recruiting muscles, you're recruiting small muscle fibers, large muscle fibers, slow twitch muscles, fast twitch muscles, different muscle groups in different areas, and they're all joining the party. And you're fatiguing all those muscles. So again, going back to the efficiency aspect of this, you're being super efficient because you're using one movement that recruits more muscles and different types of muscles and fatigues those and moves those to failure. Okay. In closing, try this out. You can use dumbbells, free weights, but if you're doing this and you want to truly achieve muscular failure, go to the gym and try the machines. Because machines, there's no skill and you can take it safely to muscular failure. This is high intensity training. This is challenging the woo. This is the G Money University. The class is now complete. Our classes are only 15 to 30 minutes long. You get an A. And those that skip past this video and went to the next video, you have failed. Let me complete our class session. Goodbye.